Hello, just wanted to give a quick update on my telemetry project, because I have to say it did turn out rather nice so far. At least considering it just took a few evenings of mostly vibe coding to put a few existing things and libraries together. By now I'm using a Rust language library called ACC Shared Memory RS that allows a nice 300 Hz sampling rate. That is one full readout every 3 milliseconds of every information the game has on its physics. I did modify it a bit to better suit the data available in ACC Rally at this point. Nothing fancy, just outcommenting all values it would read but normally not pass on, as they are unused in Competizione, which the library is meant for. But some, like wheel load, are indeed already filled in Rally, so we get useful information there. Others are unfilled in Rally, while representing information in Competizione. And of course there's update 0.3 around the corner, which might also bring some changes there. So I thought my recorder should best write every variable it can get its hands on. It receives this stream and then stores it to an RKYV binary raw file archive, because that is a rather efficient way to store these all this information in the stream. It also adds a description, because without that this data would become pretty much useless later on if there's any change. And after recording, I can export the data to CSV to use it universally in many other tools. Or as I like to use it, it can add them to an SQLite database file. And that means I can easily visualize this in database-oriented visualization tools such as Grafana. For this video, I used a Grafanimate Python script, which basically just grabs little portions of such data from Grafana and turns it into a slideshow after recording. And this is right now not meant to provide a real-time info such as an overlay or something, but it absolutely could be used for this, just as in Competizione there are many useful overlays. And just another little practical side note, to make it easier on myself to record data and stop recording when it's not needed anymore, I have assigned a call to the recorder executable to a toggle switch on my PXN button box. So when I'm in the game, I can at any time flip this button up to start a recording, and also it will close the recording and create a file if I push the button down, or I can press F9 on the keyboard. This is easy to configure in Anti-MicroX, as you can see. If you like more info on that, have a look at my video on that button box. And just to give you an overview of some of the data we are seeing, I'm not going through everything at this point, don't worry. First we have a G-scope, which tells us the lateral and longitudinal accelerations, the G-forces, which the car goes through. This can help us spot some driving errors. A better driver than me would basically fill this up to be like a well-rounded blob or circle, meaning they did extract the maximum performance from the tires using the best possible combination of lateral and longitudinal Gs under combined braking and cornering, as well as accelerating out of corners. And then we have a map next to it with the colors telling us the speed we're going, just for orientation basically. Below we can see a graph of the accelerations and forces that affect the car. We can switch around between them and look at the input from all four wheels separately, so we can indeed learn if our changes in anti-roll bars and springs, for example, did have an effect when we compare two recordings. Below that we get our input streams, which may help in diagnosing what's happening, if our wheel or pedal is actually spiking or whatever is going on. We can later on compare that to another readout of our wheel and pedal to learn if the game actually does skip some information or misinterpret something here. So yes, I don't want to bore you guys with too much info. That's it for now. As you can see, there's a lot of telemetry we're getting from the game, and this is not even close to all. There are lots more, such as temperatures, which I didn't get into at all. And a tool like this is of course very useful for all sorts of issues, from input debugging, as we have seen, to learning how to drive a car better, to finding the fastest way around a difficult section. So if anyone is interested in this, just write me in the comment section and I'll see if I can send you my current version. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye.